All right, how you doing today? So I got 5 September 2021. I got 11:24. I'm in Utah, so it's like Mountain Standard Time out here. Okay, so this is pretty much homage to this comedian called named Fuquan Johnson. Okay, that OD'd last night. I saw it on this news break app that I get on my phone. But first of all, before I get into this video here, I think I get comments like, why do I do some of the videos that I do or whatever, or they don't see why. Okay, and let me say this, there's a method behind the madness or whatever. Okay, like I just may be appointed to make a video or whatever to stimulate thought, or I don't know, maybe for some type of, I don't know, scripture value, or just life value. Okay, just to let you know what could happen if you do some of the things that you do that are not smart. Okay, and I use examples and all that stuff. Not trying to tell you what to do, but it's up to you to either take my advice or leave it. In other words, right, unless you are donating to this channel, or you're some type of help, okay, to this channel to help bring traffic or whatever, all right, then don't come on here telling me why you don't see why that I'm doing or whatever. I do what I do for a reason. I don't have to explain that any further. Now, back to Fuquan Johnson. So he is 40 years old in New York. He was he was the host of a comedy show out there. I didn't even write it down. Okay. Him, this young man, 2 others, and it was the ex-girlfriend of the singer Darius Rucker, the singer for Hootie and the Blowfish, and he also sings solo as well. Okay, was the 2 others that I just mentioned, they were found dead along with Fuquan. The ex-girlfriend, well, I guess it's in the hospital. Okay, excuse me. I don't condition unknown. Okay, but she has survived the drug overdose of what they call fentanyl. Okay, now fentanyl is a synthetic painkiller, and I think is made out of other stuff, probably out of opioids, that is supposed to be 100 times more potent than heroin. Okay, it is responsible for 2/3 of overdoses in New York. Okay, and it was supposed to have been the culprit of the reason why Prince and the rapper Mac Miller had died. Okay, this stuff is 100% more potent than heroin. I mean, how bad can it get? How can your body really, take something like this? Your body can barely take heroin. It's like, how far do people plan on taking it, as far as in, consuming these drugs or whatever, okay, putting their bodies through all this. This stuff is poison, basically. I can't see how, how you can do it. I can remember I've had people in my family that was on coke back in the day and stuff like that. I'm just using coke for an example. When I lived in Hampton, we lived in the old neighborhood, and my father had moved across to a newer neighborhood when I was about 14, but we was in the old neighborhood, okay, what they call Broadfield Park. Shout out to Broadfield Park down in Hampton, Virginia. Okay, that we had a guy next to us that OD'd off. He was on cocaine and heroin or whatever. Now I said to myself, I knew people that smoked weed and all that other stuff. Okay, that may be something that at the time that I may try, but that cocaine and all that other stuff, heroin, that's something that I'm not going to try. And also that there were things like HIV transmitted through needles and all that. Okay, it's nothing to play with. Again, I don't see why people would put their bodies through this, especially when they get in their 40s, 50s. This stuff comes from opioids, for the poppy seed overseas or whatever. Okay, Vietnam, the Middle East, they have stuff over there as far as all this that your body cannot deal with, okay? Actually, by the time it gets over here, it gets distilled. A lot of the marijuana and all that you buy, all right, is probably spiked with a whole bunch of junk, menthol and all that, the same stuff that you put in cigarettes, okay? The stuff that you buying over out of these dispensaries. And let me leave you with this. When I was contracting over there in Iraq about 10 years ago, there was some guys in South Carolina that I think they had something to that effect or whatever, because I'm thinking, what's the only other method or drug like this that can kill this particular man? This guy was in his 50s, and he was on coke or whatever, okay, at the time, from what I understand, and he ended up trying the new blend of it, all right, 50 years old, and he came home, and a lot, when you're contracting overseas, you don't smoke that stuff because you really don't get it, so when you come back, your system's going to be clean. Your system's clean, okay, and then he ended up snorting, I guess, this cocaine lace, whatever, new, I don't know, a new potent type of aggregate that was in it, and next thing you know, he done had a heart attack and died in the bathtub or whatever, okay? Again, if you add age and the fact that you're not in shape and all that, okay, these things add up. And this is one of the factors that killed DMX or whatever, okay? Him being 50 years old, on weed, heroin and all that other stuff, supposed to have COVID and the vaccine, you know? At one point, something's got to give. So this is just a cautionary tale of what you are dealing with when you are consuming this stuff, okay? And again, if you're over there, overseas, even the coffee is like, you could sip on some coffee and be like, whoo, all right? So the stuff over there, if you consume it like you do here in America, your ass gonna die, okay? Even in Germany, the beer is probably 10 times as potent as the beer here, okay? And they drink their beer hot, so their alcoholic stuff is more potent or whatever, okay? But they don't drink like they do here in America, okay? And they also have a hard stance, you know, about stuff like, let's say, drinking and driving and all that other stuff, okay? But I don't want to digress, okay? I wanted to bring up this matter here, okay? That you better be very, very careful about what you consume in your body if you decide you want to go this route, or just, to me, it's not worth it at all. All right? All right, let me leave you with that. If you want to donate to the channel, it's $ Winston Spivey on Cash App, okay? And spivew1@unlv.nevada.edu for PayPal, okay? Thanks for listening. You subscribe if you like. Leave your comments. Check out some of the other videos, likes and shares. Peace and blessings, y'all.